Toledo Live is brought to you by the generous donors of WLMB-TV 40. We are grateful for every gift that helps support this show's ministry.
Welcome to Toledo Live. Here we are. I don't even know what today is, to be honest.
Tuesday,
it's been such
May
a busy
28th.
week. I know it's the day after Memorial Day, but Tuesday, May 28th, we have a jam-packed show for you. We've been prepping all morning long, so I lost track of the date, but here we are.
Yes, well, it's going to be a great show. We will be talking a lot about Radiant TV today because we have some exciting news to share. And of course, you know, we will have feedback, prayer requests, events, and much, much more.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of Radiant TV, you will not want to miss this. We got some exciting special news that nobody's ever heard before and some cool things that are happening. This is actually really cool, so stay tuned.
And now, join us for Toledo Live.
Well, it is great to be here, Aaron. Aaron Dar, executive producer, you know, of Toledo Live here, and you are sitting in for Dr. Jamie Schmitz.
Yes, I am. We also want to be lifting up Jamie Schmitz in prayer. He's having his eye surgery. He talked previously about how he had one eye taken care of, and Lord
Cataract
really
surgery.
blessed him with getting some 20/20 vision back in that eye, so he's thrilled.
Praise the Lord.
And now he's also getting the other eye done today, so prayers go out to Dr. Jamie Schmitz as he is getting that taken care of, and I'm filling in for him and sharing some wonderful news today about Radiant TV. But before we get into all that,
Yes, we have some Bible Q&A that we want to cover.
Yes, we do.
All right, so today's question is,
where did the universe come from?
all right, so that answer can be found in Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And, you know, we selected that question since we're going to be talking about God's creation. We're going to be talking about Radiant TV and, you know, WLMB's impact in the area and throughout, you know, well, throughout the Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan area and beyond.
Definitely beyond.
Yes.
And we'll show you a little bit why in just a little bit.
That's right, that's right. All right, well, also some fun news is that, did you know, Aaron, that today is National Hamburger Day?
Did you know that hamburgers happen to be one of my favorite menu items?
Well, that's perfect. Okay, so somebody might say, well, why wasn't yesterday National Hamburger Day?
I was kind of thinking, Memorial Day, you'd think that.
Right. Well, okay, so the whole month was National Hamburger Month, but this is kind of wrapping up National Hamburger Month. And so you would not believe how many hamburgers are eaten nationwide in a year. Do you have some kind of guess?
Just in America here?
Yes.
Some kind of guess, hamburger quantity consumed. That feels like a lot.
And I'll just give you a hint. It's in the billions.
Yeah, I figured, okay, in a year.
In a year.
In a year, let's see. I don't know. I'm going to go with like maybe 20 billion or something like that.
Okay, well, more than double that. 50 billion burgers are eaten in the U.S. each year.
Okay.
And it says here that it is America's favorite entree with 85%. So it's according to YouGov's regularly updated list on the most popular American dishes. So it receives 85% of the vote.
Wow.
And with mashed potatoes, so that's not an entree, mashed potatoes and French fries, but those, you know, side dishes, they're the only thing that
creep
received.
Up in those rankings.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So way to go, hamburger. So if you're figuring it out, you know, a meal for today, well, you know, go with the hamburger.
Maybe go with the hamburger today. I think we're actually doing that today. I've talked to my wife about it. I think we're, she's giving me the thumbs up behind the camera, so it's hamburger day.
Awesome, awesome. And I also want to mention a special deal out there. If you are a fan of Wendy's, then you're going to want to hit that this week because they have a special promotion running from today, Tuesday, through Sunday, June 2nd. Customers can get a junior bacon cheeseburger for 1 cent, you know, with any purchase. So, but you need to order through the Wendy's app or go to Wendy's.com.
All right, I might have to get that app just to check out the 1-cent hamburger. You don't get to take advantage of those kind of deals very often.
And so, maybe check your local Wendy's.
Right,
I'm making no promises here if, there's some chain, some location that decided not to participate. But
hey, that's a good promotion.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, we do also have some Share-a-thon news.
Yes, we do. We've been fundraising this spring with a goal of $300,000 to try to reach 2 phases of our goal. For the general fund, the programming, also did a component of that for RadiantTV. That is the second goal. And so where are we at in that campaign, Virginia?
Oh, well, okay, so our goal for Share-a-thon, $300,000, and we're sitting over $190,000, but we did have some money that came in, and so like about $660. $60, and so that gets doubled because of matching money. So we're excited that we are, just moving along here, and so we want to encourage you that if you gave a gift during the spring Share-a-thon, that you just follow through with that, and if you would still like to give a gift, you can go to our website WLMB.com or call us during business hours.
Yeah, we still have a little bit of matching money left on that board, so if you can help us out in that way, that would go a long way. Just go to WLMB.com, fill out an online pledge right there. That just helps us out tremendously. This is a very important goal that we try to get there.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we also, have some RadiantTV news that we want to share before we have somebody that we're going to interview a little bit about RadiantTV that does some of the heavy lifting with editing and everything.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, we have a very special guest coming up. But before he comes on, I did want to share a couple things because there's actually quite a bit happening with RadiantTV right now. So behind the scenes, most people don't know about this, but you will. This week, actually, I should say June 1st, we're going to be launching a new 24/7 stream. We have been doing that on our Dash 2 station.
The sub-channel?
Yep, the sub-channel on WLMB. So people can access that if they have an antenna. So when we do that channel 5 to 35 switch, a lot of people will be able to pick that up a lot more easily when it goes to channel 35. They'll be able to see that channel more regularly. But we are adding that 24/7 channel to our all of our online apps. So our Radiant app, our WLMB app. If you watch us that way, then that would be you'll be able to pick up our 24/7 stream. So any time of day, you can pick up RadiantTV. So that's very exciting. But drum roll, please. Yeah, we still have.
You are a drummer.
Yeah.
So,
oh, that's true. Hey, cool.
So you're gonna have to do your own drum roll.
Yeah, but it was good. We have the RadiantTV first affiliate that's going to be carrying RadiantTV 24/7, and that is hitting the Columbus market on June 1st. So why don't you tell them about that?
So the Central Ohio Association of Christian Broadcasters, a network down there that 4 stations down there are participating. This are part of that network, and so we are super excited that folks can tune into WXCB-TV 25 in Delaware, Ohio, WGCT-TV 8 in Columbus, Ohio, WQIZ-TV 33 in Ashland, Ohio, and WOCB-TV 22 in Marion, Ohio. They will all be able to receive RadiantTV.
Starting
on
June
their
1st.
sub-channel, yes.
Yeah, on those sub-channels that are going out. And there's other stations that have expressed interest in that as well. So RadiantTV may be able to get in and start to do even more expansion as we go out all across the nation. And we're even doing some things internationally as well. Right now, that's in the works. No surprise to you. We've been talking about the Russia-Ukraine thing. But what most people didn't realize is that we actually have, we're just going to show you a very small sample of what that might look like.
So we're going to have a little sample with Cyrillic, the language on there?
The Cyrillic alphabet in the Russian-Ukrainian language, whatever that is. But I don't read it or speak it very well. But it's very exciting to see.
Well, if we have some viewers
God
out there that do,
door.
this will be very exciting
for them. So
for
take a look at this real quick. Just a small sample. We're not going to give you the whole thing, but a small sample of what that would look like.
Well, I could read a little bit of that, the 111:4, verse
Yes,
4.
which I am pretty sure that's Psalm, because I think that's the only one that's got 111
chapters.
Yeah,
Yes.
so from the book of Psalm there, that verse, I couldn't read it, but yeah, it's beautiful to see. This is going out in other people's native tongue, you know, wherever they may be in Russia, Ukraine, obviously a very tough situation going on there nationally for both countries. So, you know, obviously want to lift them up in prayer, but it's great to see that, you know, the seeds that people have planted here in Toledo to help grow Radiant TV is now allowing that to go internationally to bless people outside of our borders. And it's just cool to see that language that we can't read, know that that's going to hit home for people who are just looking for some refuge, some relief, some what do you call it? Serenity on Radiant TV, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. So just
seeing God's word.
super excited to be able to share Radiant TV, you know, beyond the U.S. You know, we already have it in Jamaica and in India.
Yep.
You know, so this is just
It's another version.
wonderful.
Yeah, there's a first
Praise the Lord.
non-English version that's going out, and so
okay.
that's very exciting for us. It's cool to see what God is doing and the doors that He's opening. I should give a couple little quick updates too, and some other things. Radiant TV. We're also going to be adding there's a new music artist who's currently recording some things in the studio and processing some stuff for us. Some new music that's going to be coming from an artist named Dean Pease, who's here locally, but he also has quite a story.
Right. So if somebody is up on their sports news and
Right.
Super Bowl, they might recognize name.
This name. Yeah, this is a Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator for the Patriots and the Ravens, who just happens to play piano beautifully, which is phenomenal. If you're really going to enjoy his music when you get to hear that. I'm excited. I'm getting to hear little pieces of it now. That's
It's
just
all
coming
in works right now.
It's all in the works, so that's very exciting. And then also, we are doing a trip this summer to do more Smoky Mountains footage, and we're excited about that opportunity to go back. And I know we have a picture of the first group who went down to the Smokies in
From 2016.
And so that's the group there with Josh Dyer, Aaron Darr, Jamie Schmitz, Jared Smith, Aiden Walsh, and Ryan Griffin, all in there, who helped film the first part of that Smokies trip. And what Jamie's vision really was to go down and get enough footage to put together an entire DVD collection that would just be of America's most popular national parks. So we're starting with that one. We have a lot of different national parks represented. We still have a goal to get to all of them, you know, in 10 years, and that was the hope. So now we want to get this one that's just hyper-focused on the Smokies. So we're heading back there this summer to film. We'll have a slightly different crew, but still great people, myself as well, and obviously Dr. Jamie Schmitz will be attending, and he's going to be also shooting some new intros and closers for Radiant to refresh some of our material there. Isaac Darr is going, who is my son, and he's a phenomenal person, and you'll get to see something with him in just a few seconds here. Jesse Darr will be going on that trip as well. Cameron Reef and Josh Dyer will be returning back to the Smokies with us too, and he's going to be doing some drone footage. So we'll be getting some more unique shots in some of the Radiant stuff. That's really exciting to see. Again, God opening more doors, more opportunities to create more content, and it's very exciting.
And we will be hearing more about that at another time, but you know what time it is? It's time to be getting our guest, Isaac Darr, to come on and talk about Radiant TV. But first, we have a little Radiant preview.
Yeah, we did a real quick trip, what we call our speedboat trips, and that just means we're kind of hitting a bunch of parks real fast to give us some visual variety. So we did this trip recently, and we want to show just a few behind-the-scenes clips while we get Isaac on stage. trip over. Look at all that dust. There we go.
That is awesome, and so excited to have Isaac Dar in the WLMB studio to share about the work that he does here, you know, in editing. He's our editor, producer, Radiant TV, and yeah, you and him kind of have a tight bond.
We kind of do, yeah. He just happens to be my son, and he's a wonderful guy. I couldn't be any happier to work with anybody else. I mean, quite frankly, I know we have a picture when Radiant TV was a concept in 2015 before we launched and did anything. It was the first time I had gone out west, and there's his picture. Sorry,
he's a little bigger than that right now. why don't we introduce him?
He's 12 years old. He's Isaac Dar there. That's where it all started.
Yes.
You know, I kind of helped pass on this passion for him to film stuff, and he just went wild.
Well,
here he is.
Isaac, welcome. We are so excited to have you here. Grown up now.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yes. Well, you're about to get married.
I am this summer, yeah.
Yeah, so congratulations. I'm excited for you and Grace and all the adventures that will bring. But you know, you've had some ventures here at WLMB, Radiant TV, doing all that work. Maybe tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I obviously started back there, filming some videos before Radiant TV was even a thing. But then working here was my first job, and my first job was keywording videos. So I'd look at all the videos that people had shot and been like, oh, there's a mountain, oh, there's trees, and put all these keywords on there. And so started there, and now I have gone on many shoots and edit the videos and put together the Radiant TV website last summer. So,
and you've had a big hand in that final production of the video and how it looks, and just doing a wonderful job. Dad is proud.
Yes, he is. Yeah, a lot of what happens on Radiant TV is because of the work that he's put into it as well. I mean, in terms of what people actually see, the pictures, the color, how that all comes together. And maybe it would be interesting for you to share a little behind the scenes of like, what does that process look like when you get footage and put it together?
Yeah, so we go on the shoots and then put all the footage onto a server here, and then we make it quote unquote perfect. So whether that's put together a timeline of like with a story from start to finish along with a song, and then there's a lot of little things that people don't even know about. So whether that be like a telephone pole or a wire or something in the shot that I have to go in and take that out and post. Not that I'm trying to like hide what's there, but just, you know, make it more natural. Or bugs flying through the shot. There was one shot in particular where there was like 16 bugs that I had to end up taking out in post in one shot, and so that was crazy. Yes. But just all to make it seem seamless and really just be a smooth experience for the viewer to watch. And so one of those things from this past trip that we just went on was we were driving to the first park from the airport, and I'm looking at the cameras, getting them ready, and I'm like, oh shoot, there's a piece of sensor dust on there, which is just a little dot, and sensors are very sensitive, and so you can't touch them to like get the little dot of dust off. You have to have this special cleaning kit. And so we ended up having to overnight this cleaning kit to the hotel we were staying at because, that first day of shooting, every single shot just has this little dot on it and that I'm going to have to take out later when I'm editing them.
A whole lot of work later on.
Yes. So we were able to overnight it and get that dust off, and so that was really cool. But that's just one of the small things that like you don't really think about, and then it shows up when you're editing and you're like, that's a lot of work to take out. So.
Now, when you were talking about the videos and creating that story, you know, what do you mean by create the story? What does that look like? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so each music video that we make starts with a close-up. So whether that be like some interesting flower or a creature or something that we were able to get a cool video of, it starts with a close-up, and they're sort of in an environment. So this one, for example, is a close-up of a flower, and it's you can tell it's in the woods. So then the next shot might be like a wider shot of the woods or something. And so then you kind of transition from the woods, maybe there's like an open mountain scene or something. So you just sort of take the story like through the woods a little bit. Okay, now we're transitioning into the mountains, do that for a little bit, transition back to the woods, and just sort of create this almost like a journey, sort of like you're on a trail at one of these national parks that includes all the different elements from the national park.
which I'm sure our viewers out there appreciate. You know, many of them, they'll not ever get to these parks, and for whatever reason, but you're able to, you know, as you said, give them this journey that they can come along on. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I would love for you to share just real briefly, you know, what is your heart for doing Radiant TV? Why have you done it all these years?
Well, one, I love video. My dad taught me, as you can see in that previous picture. So I started at a young age with that. But honestly, just seeing all the feedback from like the website or just people calling in, and just seeing how people's lives have been transformed by being able to watch Radiant TV and see the scriptures on there, and just see how people are encouraged by it. And that's super cool to me, and sometimes I tear up just reading through it. But yeah, it's super cool. And field shoots, when you're out on the field, can be very tiring and long, and you're like,
yes,
oh boy. And you sort of can lose motivation, but then you can think back to those different feedback or comments from people and think about all the people that you're able to bless with the work that you're doing. And that's what motivates me to keep going on, even though sometimes it's very long days. Yeah, lots of hard stuff in there. So
yeah.
Well, we appreciate, you know, all that you are doing for Radiant TV, for WLMB, the ministry, helping to get the gospel out, you know, and you talk about the feedback. I mean, Radiant TV is seen, you know, all over the U.S. and, you know, and many other countries that we talked about. And so your work is seen by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you're
pretty
touching,
amazing to think about.
You're touching a lot of lives. So
And it's great to see someone so young, you know.
It's just the beginning for you.
There. Yeah,
yeah.
So it's very exciting. And you know, this last trip, I know we got to wrap up here. So, but this last trip, we did what we call the speedboat trip, and it was a very intense trip. We hit 5 more national parks that we want to, you know, we're kind of checking the boxes of getting to all of them. We're slowly getting there, but you can see some of the pictures there, just the different parks that we hit. This is just a blessing, very exhausting. You know, you work sunrise and sunset a lot of time, and you know, you're trying to drive a long distance in the heat of the day maybe. But yeah, there's a lot of travel, a lot of, it's exhausting, but it is very rewarding.
How many parks have been hit by the Radiant TV production team, or you're not sure?
So far,
at this point?
I'd have to do an official count. I want to say we're somewhere in that neighborhood of like 25 to 30.
Okay, out
Somewhere
of how
in
many
there.
parks? 60?
There's like 63. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All
Of the
right.
official U.S. national parks.
Still working on it,
yes.
so a lot more parks to visit,
Yep.
and so a lot more parks in your guys' future.
Let's hope. Let's hope. Keep
All right.
them coming, right?
Well, thank you, Isaac. We appreciate you being here and sharing your story.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be back in just a little bit with some upcoming local events.
All right, that was just a real quick sample of one of the newest music videos that Isaac was working on from Capitol Reef National Park in Utah. And there's going to be a lot more Radiant music videos coming this July.
New videos,
Brand
yes.
new videos, some new music, new videos coming in July. We're going to see some more in August as well and this fall. So a lot of exciting things coming up for Radiant. We do appreciate everyone who continues to support it because it does take a lot of money to put all this stuff together, and it's having a great impact around the world. So we're excited.
All right, well,
Yep.
let's hit some local events real
Yep.
quick before the devotional verse. All right, two-time Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Lauren Daigle is on her Kaleidoscope tour. She'll be at the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. That's this Wednesday, May 29th at 7 p.m. and Thursday, May 30th at 7 p.m. at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. And Faith for Life Church invites the community to their upcoming block party where there will be free food, games, music, and more. Faith for Life Church is located on South Avenue in Toledo, and the block party is Saturday, June 8th from 12 to 3 p.m. Everyone is welcome. And I guess we have a devotional verse to close out today's show, kind of going along with Radiant TV.
Yeah, we absolutely do. It is from Revelation 4:11. It says, "Worthy are you, our Lord and God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and by your will they existed and were created." And I just love that verse, just pointing us back to where we started the show with our Q&A. You know, how did all this come to be? You know, only God is worthy to be able to put all of this together, to create all these things, these beautiful things. It refreshes our soul, and when you just look at the things in nature, you're just astounded by God's great mercy, His power, His majesty. And so we hope that you can capture some of that as you watch Radiant, and remember Revelation 4:11. So.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you for watching today's Toledo Live. We hope that you'll join us Thursday for another great show.
Thank you for tuning in to today's program. Please submit your comments, feedback, and prayer requests at our website, ToledoLive.tv. There, you can also watch previous episodes and find valuable links. Also, be sure to share this program with your family and friends. WLMB would also like to give a special thank you to our generous viewers who continue to make this program possible.